Hey all you addicts out there, welcome back to another tutorial by Addicted Fishing. I'm Jordan Knigge. Today we're out here on the river showing you guys how to fillet a steelhead. Stay tuned, we're going to show you exactly how I like to fillet these things perfect. You're going to learn a lot. So the first thing I like to do when I go to fillet these steelhead, make sure it's good and bled. You want to cut those gills, you want to bleed all that blood and work all the blood out of the veins, out of the back part of this fish. Get as much blood out of that meat as you can. I like to go with my 12-inch Gerber knife here. It comes with a really cool little case. It actually has a steel on it for sharpening your knife, which is always good to have a nice sharp blade to do this. So many ways to skin a cat here or fillet a steelhead. This is my favorite way. There's many ways to do it that also work just as well, but this is quick and easy and I like getting it done. So what we're gonna do here, I'm gonna fold this fish on his back, grab it right by the tail, lay him right on his back and go right under that anal fin, slicing forward up to the anus there. I'm gonna grab that right in that little pocket there, that little notch that it makes for my finger. I'm gonna skin that belly all the way up to its chin, just like so. Now you can actually save this belly piece here if you guys want. One of my favorite things to do with these bellies is smoke them up. It has a lot of fat, a lot of good stuff, so you can cut that little guy off. That can go in the river for nutrients. What I'm gonna do here now, I'm gonna make sure this is nice and cut open. This is a nice little buck here. If it was a hen, I'd probably save my eggs. I'm gonna go in here, I'm gonna cut the guts out. Watch your fingers. I'm gonna cut the throat, pull all those guts out, just like so. Toss them in the river there. From here, I'm gonna make one smooth incision from the top of the fish's gill plate all the way down and under its fin here. So, just like so, angling that knife at about a 45-degree angle, nice and slow, right down to the spine. So once I've found the spine with the tip of that blade, I'm gonna rotate it to about 90 degrees. Cutting into that backbone and starting my fillet. Put your thumb right here under the gills, slide that blade right along the spine of the fish, making sure you're feeling that spine underneath that bottom of that blade the whole time so you're not missing any meat. Just like so. Bam. There's our first fillet. Absolutely perfect. So after this we're going to take these bones off and I'll show you guys how to do that. I'm going to flip this over. Same idea, but the opposite way here. You're gonna hold the fish under the gills with your fingers, making sure your fingers are out of the way. Point that knife at a 45, straight behind the gill plate, straight down once again, right to the spine. There's the spine. Be sure not to push too hard and cut through that spine if your knife is sharp. Turn it back to 90. Slowly push now, using the full length of the blade, pushing back and forth, and going slowly down that spine, all the way to the tail of the fish. And look at that meat. Hardly any meat left on that spine. You can actually take a spoon or a fork and scrape away some of this meat if you really want to save it all. Use it to make a good salmon dip or whatever you want. We're gonna set this down here on the ground here. You have to keep that as proof that you caught the fish. So from here, scrape off some of that blood. So what I like to do is slide a little cut right here, about a 1-inch incision, so I can fit my finger and hold on to that meat well to take these rib bones off. Now this is the important part. You really want to use this knife to make this cut. You're going to make one full 12-inch pull as you go down along the rib bone. So I'm going to find that first rib bone. I'm going to make sure I cut into it, just like so. I'm going to keep this blade at basically about an 80-degree angle right along, pushing up and towards this white film here, this white membrane, and make one long, slow cut all the way down like so. What I can do from here is take that right off. See, I missed one of these bones here, so I'm going to slide that knife right under that bone again, making one small, slow cut, just like so. And look at that, everybody. That's a perfect steelhead fillet. Now we're gonna grab the other side. This is gonna be a little trickier because it's a different angle on that cut. Again, I'm gonna make a small incision so that I can hold on to this meat. You don't have to do this. You can use a fork or another knife or whatever you want, but I'm just gonna use my finger in this case. 85-degree angle, pulling that knife. One slow, long strip. Just like so. You can fold that over, push it over. And there it is, everybody. Two beautiful winter steelhead fillets ready for the barbecue. The next step I like to do with this, you guys, is either use a vacuum sealer, and this is the fish that we previously caught that I actually put in this vacuum sealer and sealed up. This is really essential for if you're gonna actually freeze this fish. This gets all the air out and it doesn't allow any freezer burn to take over on this fish, because if it has any air or any exposed surface of that fish's skin, it's gonna freezer burn in the freezer within 1 to 2 months. So it's good to have a little vacuum sealer, take all that air out. This is a perfect way to store the fish. What we're doing here with this one, because we're gonna eat it fresh, is we're just putting it in Ziploc bags, just like this. Get all the air out, fold that thing over, seal it shut. Now you're gonna wanna eat this fillet within 3 to 4 days of putting it in a bag like this, unless you go and vacuum pack it and go and put it in the freezer, but I wouldn't recommend freezing in these bags. All right, everybody, we hope that made it a little bit easier for you guys to figure out how to fillet these beautiful fish that we have here in the Northwest. If you guys have any questions or any comments, be sure to put them down below there. We want to hear from you guys. Like this video, share it out there so everybody can see it and everybody can learn how to take care of these fish and use every bit of meat that we can. If you guys want to learn more, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel down here. You guys stay fishy. We'll see you out there on the river.